And we are back with the DDR song again. I just want to be like, you can't see my feet right now, but I'm doing DDR moves. And I'm just excited, Wolf. You know why?
Why? Because DongRaeGu versus Inca's up next?
That's
Is that why?
right. We are about to see a Code S finalist versus one of the fan favorites in the GSL, but he has yet to prove himself in the individual league. He's basically like anybody who has DongRaeGu on their fantasy team for Team League is like number one. That's all it is. He's the only guy you need right now.
He's the final boss, man.
Yeah, he is. He really is. He's the final boss of MVP.
Yeah, someone told me to tell the MVP coach to change his name to Final Boss, and I'm like, well,
MVP
that's actually
final
genius
boss?
because
That's kind of cool.
He is always the final boss. You have to fight him last.
That's kind of like the Optimus Prime of the MVP team. Whoever like is the best gets to be final boss.
Well, he comes in at the end, and he just crushes everyone that's left. He can beat 3 people, 4 people, whatever.
Yeah,
it's like you can't beat this guy. He's the final boss.
Can he beat Inca, though? Now, the last time, the thing that really jumps out at me with Inca in ZVP is Inca versus Nesty in the finals. He went like ghost opening 4 out of the, I don't know, however many games he lost.
Ghost opening?
Not ghost opening, you know what I mean, the other invisible guy.
I was like,
this is terrible.
I don't know, man.
Dark Templar.
Dark Templar,
that's what they're called. Yes, I know that. I don't
Dark
know.
Templar is
I'm still thinking about Terrans.
It's a pretty good opening to do PvZ. DT expand could be quite good, but it's very risky, and Nesty was just completely prepared for it. So we'll see what he does against DongRaeGu. I don't think we're going to see DT expands.
Yeah, there he is, OGS Inca.
This guy, of course, dropping down last season out of Code S. This could be the last time you see him if he fails here. It's very unlucky, really. That's just something we haven't talked about. Inca's extremely unlucky to be playing against DongRaeGu here in the Danger Day.
Danger Day, yeah. And Inca's eyebrows are like bouncing up and down, like one and then the other. I can only move my right eyebrow, not my left. It's impressive. He's got a lot of skills. He's definitely a very good Protoss player. I think he has a chance against DongRaeGu, and I'm not even so sure I want to call DongRaeGu the favorite in this, to be completely honest with you. He's unproven in individual league. Team league is very different. It's a different feeling. He's nervous. So I don't know. Inca's got a lot more experience.
Inca, of course, being a finalist, says a lot.
Yeah.
He took out Nada in that very season. Nada, a very strong player.
Yep.
Inca, if he plays solid, he's a pretty tough opponent. I mean, his PvP is almost 100% win rate. He's got like 90% win rate in PvP. It's really impressive. So that's what he's really known for. But this obviously isn't PvP. It's PvZ, Inca's weakest matchup. Yeah, and if anyone could stop him, I think it just might be DongRaeGu.
You know, I gotta say, DongRaeGu looked a little bit nervous.
He did.
When we put the camera on him just now. He's usually kind of a, I mean, you've met him, I've met him. He's usually like a happy, bouncy kind of, energetic guy.
Really nice, yeah.
He looked really focused and serious right there. So he's going to be playing in his tip top. He definitely wants to get through the round of 32, and he's got a tough opponent in Inca. Can he do it? We're going to have to see.
Yeah, he's not playing against the Aztecs, man.
Nope.
He's not playing against the Mayans.
It's not like they're going to cut his heart out and eat it in front of him if he loses.
No, absolutely not.
He just has to worry about going back to Code B. Our map pool, or our map set for this Tal'Darim Altar for the first one. That's interesting. Then Antigua Shipyard for set 2. That'll be interesting. First time we see that in the GSL this season. And then Dual Site to finish things up. An interesting map selection, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. Antigua Shipyard, a map that a lot of Zergs struggle with in this matchup.
Yeah.
Because of the way that there are ramps around the middle of the map, it's very difficult. The Protoss can kind of forge fast expand there like you can on Shakuras as well. Inca eliminating Belcher Beach, not surprising in the Crossfire, but also not surprising.
Yep, that makes sense. Antigua Shipyard, though, I'm really, really curious to see more games on that, because it does kind of seem like a map that wouldn't be terribly good for Zerg. I don't know.
I win almost all of my games against Zerg on that map. Let's jump into it.
Yeah. Before we get to Antigua Shipyard, Wolf, we have to see this game first on Tal'Darim Altar. Here we have our OGS Protoss player in the upper left part of the map in the color red. He is not a Mayan. He is a
OGS Inca.
Inca. I've always wanted to go to South America and
well,
see
those
all
Incas,
this
man,
stuff
they
there.
are the old generations.
They are.
He's the OGS Inca.
And here we go, a fan favorite, spawning in the blue color, spawning in the Zerg race. From the team MVP, he is
MVP DongRaeGu.
DongRaeGu in his first individual match ever in the GSL. Looking very focused there. And there's a ramp outside of someone's base.
Well,
So
very fast scout from Inca. He looks to be going for a Nexus first. So he wants to see what his opponent's doing first to see if he needs to make that forge. And he sees the extractor, and that's going to trigger.
a lot
Most
of
likely make a Nexus. Well, it looks like he's going to make the forge. You can make a Nexus first against this. It's a little bit risky, but it's entirely possible. It's doable.
a lot of Protoss players and a lot of players in general are sending out that really early scout too. I mean, if you scout after pylon, you usually have to send 2 probes instead.
Well, not only that, but on this particular map, if you scout your opponent first and you make a forge and then you do the 3 pylon wall off, if your opponent goes hatch first, you can just win games like that.
That's also very true. DongRaeGu though definitely
he is
not
sending
gonna
a
go
second
hatch first.
pylon. I mean, he's sending a second probe out. He may try to do this. It looks like he's just going to cannon behind the base. There's a lot of space there. I really like this move by Inca.
Interesting.
This is just a move that
a probe in the
only
bushes.
cool processes do this, man. Oh, he sees it though, even though it's under the tree.
Yep, the life bars.
He's actually just going to be blocking this with 2 probes.
Yeah, he's actually just going to make it really, really annoying and hard for DongRaeGu to get anything up.
And DongRaeGu's actually freaking out. He's patrolling drones. He's not entirely sure what's going on.
I would be too, man. Nexus going up right now for Inca as well. And looks like that probe's finally going to be chased away. And is he going to get the hatchery down? No.
Well, in this case, it's pretty normal for the Queen and the Zerglings to come out before the hatchery, so he didn't really damage it that much. I think he was just trying to see if he could get away with making the cannons behind the base, but of course he was spotted. And that probe is going to get taken out now.
Yep. He's going to get killed eventually.
Most likely going to get killed, yeah, definitely.
Proberto is not escaping. You ever play that UMS?
Is that the one? Is that the multitasking trainer?
Yeah, that's the one where you have to like keep the probe alive against a Zergling and then like ferry the High Templar back and forth between some island and do other stuff.
Hard. That's a good map for training though, multitasking.
Yeah, it is. I used to do that all the time. And wow, that probe actually might get away.
Yeah, just barely because
he
didn't send both Zerglings. As long as you send your probe on the straight path, every time it has to make a turn, that's when the Zergling is going to catch it. Yep. So, smart decision making there by Inca, sending it in a straight line. The probe comes back, sees, makes sure the hatchery is still there.
Our observer just showed us too, there's only 1 guy in gas right now for DongRaeGu. I don't know if that's a mistake.
No, it's probably intentional.
Just leading up for a fast layer, possibly?
He just wants to make sure that if he needs roaches, he can make that switch a little bit easier. He's willing to sacrifice a little bit of income for that 1 drone, but he doesn't need 3 drones in there right now. Really smart to do that in cases where you don't really know what your opponent's up to. Of course, now he knows, but before that, it's very safe to do that.
Now the question is, what is Inca going to do to follow this up? Is it going to be Stargate? Is it going to be more gateways?
Stargate is most popular right now, and I think that's what we're going to see there.
There it is.
Very, very popular to see Stargates right now. Most likely going to be 1 Void Ray followed up by Phoenixes. Although we have been seeing people do different things. We've been seeing several Void Rays on certain maps. Catches people off guard a little bit.
Well, a lot of the OGS Protoss players like to get that Stargate and get the Phoenixes and the Void Rays out early against Zerg right now. MC, of course, is a big, big proponent of that opening.
It's very easy to defend against Roach all-ins with Void Ray as well, so especially on a big map like this, it's very safe to throw that Stargate down.
Oh, and the Overlord, did he see that? I guess not. Oh, 2 Stargates actually going up for Inca, so he's going to be putting a lot of pressure on there, and it's going to be a...
1 Stargate is spotted.
Void Ray. Doesn't see the second one, though.
Nope, does not see the second one.
Yep. So this will be good. You can produce a good amount of Phoenixes and Void Rays. You can like Chrono Boost out of Phoenix in something like 17 seconds. It's insane right now. And you get 3 Phoenixes and a Void Ray, and that can kill a lot of Queens.
The Zealots actually spot that the Zerglings are attacking those destructible rocks, so he knows he's thinking about taking a fast third. So what we're going to see most likely is the Void Rays go right for that 3rd base location, try to stop it. He's going to make another Void Ray, I think, here.
You think so?
Yeah, I think he's going to make another one, and then he's going to try to kill that hatchery using the 2 Void Rays, but he hasn't started yet, so we'll see.
What?
Infestation Pit going up
Yeah.
for DongRaeGu. That's really fast Infestation Pit. We saw Koka do this. Yep, 2 more Void Rays in production. He wants to target down that hatchery before the creep is connected. I actually used to do this all the time in Shakura's Plateau when you were at cross positions because the 3rd base would be close to your main. You could send them right over. Similar to these positions, it's a smart move, but with the creep spread as good as it is, DongRaeGu actually not even making that hatchery immediately. I don't think this is going to work as intended. I like this Zealot pressure. Make sure his opponent can't get too greedy.
Oh, gets one of the creep tumors. Other one lives. Yeah, really fast infestation pit from DongRaeGu. He did also get a pretty quick Evo chamber as well. Wanted to get some spark colors here. Here comes the Void Ray. Couple queens there.
Yep, he may lose these Zealots. Looks like he will.
I think he will, yeah.
Ooh, a nice micro on the Void Ray, but should be backing away.
Yep. And do those queens have enough for transfuse? That's the big question right now if they want to go up against Void Ray.
There is enough for one transfuse, but 3 Void Rays are going to stop any hatcheries from going up for a while.
That Phoenix. Whoa, what's he doing with the Phoenix? He's going to lose it. Oh my gosh. I thought it was actually going to get away for a second.
That was embarrassing, man.
Yeah, that's not what you want to do. And it looks like it will be Infestors for DongRaeGu. This could actually be really interesting.
Yeah, he's got to be very careful with dealing with these Infestors. Void Ray is charging up on this Extractor. Yep. He sees the Infestation Pit now, so he's going to want to be very careful with his Phoenixes. He has to pick up Infestors. I like that targeting down the Extractor. He's keeping his Void Rays charged, taking out some drones here as well. Maybe get this Overlord.
The main and the natural still not connected by creep. The queens do get there.
He's going to get the Infestation Pit before this Pathogen Class upgrades finishes. 3, 2, 1. Oh, he does get it.
Wow. And yeah, he's going to lose all these queens right now. The Void Rays are still charged, but the Infestors are coming out. They can fungal growth right away.
But not if they don't.
Oh.
Wow, we're like both speechless watching this, man. The Infestation Pit is going to go down.
Yeah.
And the Void Rays need to get out of there, but they are stuck. 1 goes down, 2 go down.
Is he going to get the third one?
He needs to get the queen.
Man. So the question is, now the question we ask ourselves, Wolf, is was it worth it?
I think so, yes. He killed the Infestation Pit, several Infestors, also damaged some queens. Killed several drones, 13 drones in production, though. It's going to even up the worker count quite considerably.
Yep.
He's got Phoenixes out on the map. The problem now, though, is he doesn't have an army. He's got 1 Zealot and 3 Phoenixes. How is he ever going to punish DongRaeGu as he continues to drone up?
I don't know.
He's not even going to be able to take a third base.
Yeah, he's moving those Zerglings right to where the third would be normally.
He's added these gateways. You can see he's gone up to 5. Going to be going up to, it looks like, 7. He's also got the Templar Archives that's most likely going to be for Archons. We're going to see a Zealot Archon mix most likely.
Well, it could also feed back the Infestors too, which is really useful. Yeah.
He's going to be, of course, using those Templar first. The Queen gets picked off at the third base of DongRaeGu using the Phoenixes.
At the third base of DongRaeGu, some action going on.
He is maybe going to pick up an Infestor.
Fungal going down on those Phoenixes. The Phoenixes don't actually have a lot of hit points. Might actually lose 1 Phoenix.
Yep. 1 Phoenix for 1 Infestor. Pretty good trade, though.
Yeah, almost losing 2.
Plus, he had to use several Fungals to kill those as well. It's a lot of energy spent.
Yeah, you can really drain the Infestors by doing that pressure with the Phoenixes.
Inca making several pylons here because he was almost supply blocked, and then he had to kill one of his own pylons. So he's now supply blocked and desperately making 3 pylons. Storm on the way, so he's actually going to be using Storm here a little bit. It looks like these Zerglings may get caught here.
Yep, and we're not going to look at that. Oh, the Humanity drops being researched by DongRaeGu as well.
Pretty good position. Now, it's very, I don't know, let's say it's bad to move out with Zealots like this when there are Infestors on the field. Because if they get fungled, what do? They just sit there and they get fungled again, and then they're fungled again, and fungled again, and then they die. That's what happens.
Oh, trying to get in the base. Will he sneak in? Nope.
He's walling off with High Templar. That's like a weird wall off.
Probably the only time you'll ever see that. All the Zerglings taken out. And really fast Hive on the way for DongRaeGu as well, getting Overlord drops. Very interesting. And Neural Parasite. I love it. I love this style of play.
Neural Parasite most likely going to be for the Archons. He could Neural Parasite a High Templar, then like feedback another High Templar with that High Templar.
Yeah.
I don't think that's what we'll see. I don't think he's going to storm his opponent's units or anything like that, but could be interesting.
I've seen like ghosts Neural Parasited so they can EMP other ghosts, so you never know.
Yeah, that has happened. There are 6 High Templar on the field. It's quite a lot.
Yeah.
Storm is done.
And DongRaeGu needs to find a way to poke in here. Trying to find a way. Doesn't really need to find a way right now.
+3 weapons on the way for Inca. DongRaeGu's +2 melee attacks almost done. His Roaches, which are just starting to pop out, do not have any upgrades, including Roach Speed, which is only about halfway done.
Yeah.
That is a very scary DongRaeGu army, though. He's up 36 supply.
It is. This is an army that really lets him kind of show off his micro control and things like that. There's a lot of fun stuff you can do with this. Fungals, Neural Parasite, obviously. He's got Overlord drops. I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen a Baneling Nest added on there unless he's planning on just dropping Roaches in the main. It's a good map for it.
Robotic Support Bay, and a Warp Prism in production. Blink halfway done.
Huh.
I think the Warp Prism... Yeah, well, he doesn't have a Dark Shrine, so the Warp Prism is most likely just going to be for Zealots, attacking stationary bases that are far away from the army.
Well, there's a Baneling Nest now for DongRaeGu. It's being constructed, and it looks like he wants to get aggressive now.
Inca making a lot of cannons here. Very smart because...
Oh. Neuroparasiting the Phoenix so that the Pescatarians could take it out. I don't know. I think that may have been a little bit too much energy spent. A Fungal would have done about the same thing.
That's okay with me.
That's
okay
cool
with
to see. I like it.
It made sure that dies absolutely.
Yeah. Looks like we're going to have a warp in. With
that
warp
the
prism.
storms are going to be sick.
He's got a lot of Templar and a lot of energy right there.
When you don't, when you don't know if your opponent has storm or not, and you walk up a ramp and he does.
Yep.
You find out really fast.
Then you
This
know.
Warp Prism, very well aware of. His queens are just like, I'm sorry, you can't come here. You're not welcome here.
Well, he needs to be careful. Warp Prisms do not have a lot of health.
Yeah, he's
They do die
going to try to warp
quickly.
in some Zealots here. I don't think it's really going to work as intended. There's way too many units.
Yeah.
I'll lift 4 of those up, try to get out of there.
And that Warp Prism, it's going to always be a threat. It's not in a place where DongRaeGu can really get at it right now. Whoa! Big Baneling drop on the mineral line at the natural there. Man, how many workers did he kill there?
Well, that was an Infestor drop,
Oh, Infestor drop, that was. Oh.
That's really cool.
I just saw them all blow up at once, I kind of assumed.
And that was quite a deadly drop, but this drop doing some damage as well. Trying to attack the Swanning, well, that's not quite going to work.
Nope.
Did do a decent amount of damage to it, though, and the Neural Parasite on the Warp Prism. He's going to move it into the Spore Crawler's range, and then physically target it.
I love watching that kind of stuff.
That's like so sad.
No, it's like time to die.
He's like, why isn't it shooting? He's like, oh, it's my unit. What do I do?
Now, if only he could like turn it into pylon mode and then just warp in his own stuff.
Roaches being prepared to be dropped here.
Yeah, and this is why DongRaeGu is such a fan favorite. Always doing entertaining styles like this. He's got Ultralisks on the way soon.
Yeah, chitinous plating done here. 2 ultras about to pop.
Yep.
+1 missile attack on the way. +3 melee attack. Adrenal glands. He's got so much larva in his main base. He can make whatever he wants. He's got 3,000 minerals, 300 gas.
Yep.
And this is going to be a massive drop, Doa.
And is it going to be spotted? I don't think so. I don't think he's going to see it till it's right there. And the big question is, what is he going to do at the front when he's dropping here?
This is like the longest 3-base versus 3-base PvZ I've ever seen.
Yeah, this is actually a really weird but awesome game. He's getting the, I don't even know what that upgrade is called, the Crackling upgrade for the Zerglings as well.
Yeah, Adrenal Glands.
Adrenal Glands, duh. He used to be able to get it right away.
And here it comes!
And the unit's moving out of position trying to protect the pylon or the Nexus down at the bottom, and that is going to allow the Roaches in the main to do potentially a lot of damage, targeting the Robo Bay. It's going to go after the Templar Archive. What a great drop for DongRaeGu.
Gets the Templar Archive. He's going to get the Robotic Support Bay as well.
He's basically sending Inca back to the Stone Age
Yeah,
when the Incans really lived. Well,
if he kills, even if he kills all of these Roaches, DongRaeGu is going to be able to remax faster than you can blink, honestly.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter that he kills all these Roaches. The Inca does take a supply lead here. 6 Ultralists in production, 30 more Speedlings. Inca needs to get aggressive now. He has taken a 4th base. It's something that Inca, or the DongRaeGu rather, has done but not been able to mine from. If he gets aggressive now, there is a timing where he could punish DongRaeGu a little bit, but the Ultras are coming out. The crease spread from DongRaeGu is incredible. He's adding Spine Crawlers in the middle of the map. Inca's got to make something happen soon.
I think what's going to happen is we're going to see a lot of neural parasited Colossi. That's a distinct possibility. There are a good amount of Templars he probably wants to storm. He could use feedback to great effectiveness against those Infestors as well.
Well, in addition to that, the Colossi do have range. It's very difficult to neural Colossi when they have range like that.
Yeah, he wants to buffer like with the Zerglings and the Ultralisks or something like that.
These units are very clumped up. Fungals are going to be incredibly... Needs to split these. He's not doing it, though, and I'm very scared for Inca here.
It's going to come down to control in a big way as well. But yeah, DongRaeGu looks in like a really good position right now.
The Ultras running in. The Stalkers are going to blink. Nice feedbacks. All these units are fungal, but there are so many Stalkers. Good storms going down here as well. And DongRaeGu losing a lot of units, but Remax immediately. 86 Zerglings in production.
Here come the Banelings.
And the Banelings falling very quickly as well, but losing a lot. Neural Parasite goes down on the Colossus. And Inca not going to be able to remax very quickly. The Colossi almost being taken out by an Ultralisk.
Another drop in the main, though.
Yeah,
a lot
and
of Zerglings in there.
so many more Zerglings being able to replenish this. DongRaeGu looks like
that.
he is in an undefeatable position here, crushing these Colossi. Storms going off, missing the majority of those Zerglings.
Wow, it just looks like the Zerglings basically overrun everything.
That
They're not
song is
even
like,
hitting
ah!
it. I know, it's like, blink, blink. Chrono boost me. But that doesn't work, so it doesn't help, Wolf.
Now DongRaeGu having twice the supply of Inca, a ton of Photon Cancer. He doesn't want to attack that location, at least not without Banelings.
The swarm has arrived, and they're attacking those cannons, but that's not a good idea. Oh, that Ultralisk.
He's going to go down there. He wants to surround these cannons. They're in a really good position, but there's just way too many units. These Zerglings have +3. They have Adrenal Glands.
Yep.
Same goes for these Zerglings. There are way too many Photon Cannons and Zealots, though, for that to be effective.
Yeah, Zealot's trying to play Protect the VIP with the Templar, but did not work. This isn't Counter-Strike.
And DongRaeGu just overwhelming the Zerglings, doing another Zergling drop in the main. Going to take out that Nexus, going to keep these gateways unpowered.
Yeah.
And Inca, even though he's only got basically 2 bases left, he can't be everywhere at once.
Yeah. It's really amazing just how much DongRaeGu has just annihilated OGS Inca in this game. I mean, it's only game 1.
Inca's got a probe down here. He's remaking gateways in another place where he cannot be dropped because this is like a random place. He's like, well, I'm going to make my gateways over here so I can actually leave my base.
Well, there's going to be 2 gateways there that are untouched when the game ends, I'd imagine. Dark Shrine as well. And I mean, DongRaeGu, he's on Hive. All he needs to do is make some Overseers, and the drone
These
is
could catch him by surprise, but remember, there are Banelings in this mix that can be self-detonated.
Yep.
And, of course, with the possibility of fungal growths.
Yeah, that's true as well, though there aren't really any infestors in that army either.
And the hatchery may go down here.
Yep.
He's going to manually target his Banelings.
Whoa! That was a bit of a misclick.
This couldn't have gone any better for Inca. Like maybe 2 more swipes would go to the hatchery. That would have been like a little bit better. But
wow. So DongRaeGu's still quite a bit ahead, but that's generally something you don't want to do. He wanted to make sure he got the DTs, and he sure got them.
Well, actually, he didn't even quite get them.
He got almost all of them. All right. Well,
Inca now has 20 Zealots, 1 Dark Templar, 2 High Templar, and 3 Archons.
Yeah.
His opponent has 58 Zerglings and 6 Ultras. The problem, though, for Inca, I like that move, getting that hatchery. The problem for Inca, well, actually, the problem for both these guys is that they don't have that much mining. Inca still has a fighting chance in this game, guys. Don't count him out yet. He's got a really good composition against what his opponent has. He has Zealots and Archons against Zerglings and Ultralists. I mean, how much better can it get?
I honestly thought the game was going to be pretty much over.
Well, that Baneling mistake really changes this game, although he is not going to be able to keep this Nexus alive. That's going to change this game quite significantly as well, but all these Zerglings could get killed by Archons that have level 3.
Those Zerglings have
and
a lot of upgrades.
Oh my god, he's going to kill all these Zerglings, and DongRaeGu has no resources to replenish these. Is Inca going to make a crazy comeback here? He's long distance mining from that base. He's remade his Nexus. He's going to get aggressive here. 7 Infestors could change the tide of this battle very quickly if the feedbacks don't go off. Only if, and it... I don't know, man. It's
that's the sound DongRaeGu's going to make if he loses this game because he was so far ahead.
Well, here we go. Archon's leading the charge.
And DongRaeGu pulling back. He wants to get as many units as he can before he engages this. Wants to engage at the Spine Crawlers as well.
Ooh, this is not the best place to engage this Ultralist, though. They're going to funnel in very slowly.
Yeah.
This is actually a really good place for Inca to engage.
Oh, man.
The Archon's at the front. Perfect positioning. He puts them on hold position there at the choke point, sending some forward to attack the Banelings now.
And there's not a lot of tech buildings getting killed right now.
I think DongRaeGu is going to die right here and right now. That is way too many Archons. The Storms are going to be great as well here. Neural Parasite the Archons, though. Storms on top of those Infestors. And this is actually such a close game. There are so many Zealots, though.
Is Neural Parasite going to last long enough for him to kill these Archons? It looks like it is, but he still has to contend with the Zealots that are pulling back right now. That's fine.
Yeah, and
it's like, get out of here.
Not only that, there are 2 more hatcheries for DongRaeGu. He's got 1 that's pretty much mined out. Inca has 2 mining bases right now as well. Inca having much better income overall, though.
Oh, this is a crazy... Wow, did you see that?
Targeting down that 1 Ultralisk.
Yeah. This is a crazy ZVP, Wolf.
There are just so many Zealots out. More Archons being morphed here. There are 5 High Templars still out.
DongRaeGu is behind in supply right now, too.
Yes, he is. And Inca, I think, may have done it.
Yeah, he very well could have with that.
But there are still... I'm trying to count how many infestors there are. Where's my unit button? I'm like getting too excited. 7 infestors left. 2 more on the way.
How much energy do they have, though? Not enough for Neural Parasite. Maybe like one of them.
Yeah, he's got like 2 Neurals left. Each one has enough for a fungal. Some have enough for 2. 4 more on the way. Dark Templar coming out, though, and those are going to be so scary with those isolated bases around the edges. Is he going to be able to defend against the Dark Templar? I don't think so.
DongRaeGu needs to be really careful. Look at that. He doesn't want to... Oh, no. Losing an Overseer to the Archons. That is not what you want to do at this stage in the game. Every Overseer is so expensive right now for DongRaeGu.
Oh, man. He actually could just target down these Ultras while the others are away, but it looks like he's going to go for the hatchery at the bottom right. A much smarter choice. And it looks like Inca's going to go for a counterattack. Oh, man. The Dark Templar not heading in the right direction. They need to go a little bit further south if they want to find that base. Zealots wandering around checking for bases here. The Ultralists may find them. These could be some great fungals on top of these Zealots.
Oh, that's huge.
Oh, man, this is turning the tide of the battle very quickly. He needs to get a few more High Templar out. He has to be able to contend with these.
Yeah, and the DTs are like, oh, there's the hatchery.
Yeah,
all
they
right.
found it.
I knew it was around here somewhere. And all those drones that don't run away are going to die, but the ones that do are going to live. The hatchery, though, is going to die.
A Void Ray in production.
DongRaeGu's pulled ahead in supply again, and it really depends a lot on unit control right now, you know?
Yeah, well, DongRaeGu does have spores going up at his other mining base. It's very important for him to get that. And there are a few High Templar here. He decides to feed back the Overseer. I think that was a bad choice.
Neural Parasite on one of the Archons there.
And the composition just much better now for DongRaeGu.
Yep.
And he's his Neural Parasited these Archons. It looks like DongRaeGu may end up finally ending this game, which has been one of the most exciting and intense games I've ever experienced.
Man, it looks like DongRaeGu might barely have enough now. Yeah.
This is what happens when 2 players of Code S caliber battle each other in the danger day of the round of 32. And this is only game 1.
Man. Yeah, we've got maybe possibly 2 more games here. DT getting taken out. Actually, no, he's not. What did I see there? Well, that...
Yeah, this is looking really bad for Inca. He's losing so many. The Fungals are trying to hit the DT. He hasn't quite been able to.
Yep.
We've got Void Rays killing Infestors.
All right, and here's another nice thing about Inca's play right now is that DongRaeGu doesn't really have much of an answer for the Void Rays right now.
Well, the problem, though, is that he does have Infestors, which can fungal, and he can, of course, do a little bit of damage, slow these down.
Oh, except he's losing the Infestors. Oh, no, an Overseer flying right into the Void Rays as well. And then
DT's almost killing the hatchery over there as well on the right side, which is the only mining base of DongRaeGu. Inca has no mining bases, though, and I think that he's pretty much... He's got 10 Zealots, 2 DTs, and 2 Void Rays, and I don't think that's enough.
This kind of reminds me of a game I casted once between Whiterot and Damaga on Tal'Darim Altar. It just was crazy. Lots of different units. The only thing this game is lacking that game had is carriers and a mothership.
Well, this kind of reminds me of Damaga versus MVP. It was a game of equal caliber, and then MVP dropped from the game or something like that.
I know.
Let's hope that doesn't happen.
No, don't even talk about that, Wolfman. Well, I called you Wolfman now. You're just Wolf, man.
You can call me Wolfman, that's fine with me. Some of my friends used to call me that. All right. This is the final engagement. It looks like there are just going to be too many units here. Zealot's doing a lot of damage, and with these infested Terrans coming to join the fight.
I think it is, yeah. 1 Void Ray getting taken out by the Queen there right about now.
Yep.
And
there's nothing left for Inca. Is he going to make, like, DongRaeGu kill his photon cannons?
That 1 Void Ray, but 33 supply to 103 supply. The Infested Terrans will sadly never make it to the base. Goodbye, Infested Terrans. Life is hard when you only live for 30 seconds. And
yeah, the Void Ray just trying with the Queen's like, I'm sorry, I got your number.
He's just heading those Ultras in a circle there. Oh, he gets a feedback on the Queen.
But that didn't quite work out like he planned.
And the Archons are going to get a couple Ultra kills, a lot more than the Void Rays did, actually.
GG!
Whoa!
Whoa! Well, that's game 1.
Yeah. DongRaeGu. Man, that is a long and tiring game here at the GSL Code A. Round of 32. Good start for DongRaeGu, but Inca Really, I thought he really played well there.
Yeah, he was so down. He hit with a really nice timing. If he had just found the hatcheries with Dark Templar earlier,
as MVP
if he had
coach.
made more Stalkers as well, that would have been pretty good. You can't have only Zealots, or else your opponent's just going to fungal, walk away, fungal, walk away, and then what are you going to do?
Yep.
Got to be very careful about that.
DongRaeGu, man, he really got to show off a lot of his micro, a lot of his little tricks that he likes to do. That's really the style that everybody's kind of fallen in love with from this guy is, infestor heavy, going for things that you don't normally see in ZVP. Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool stuff. But Inca, though, he played really well.
He played... Well, Inca
you're
played
the
really
Protoss
well.
player. You tell me if he played really
DongRaeGu
well.
played very Coca styles. I think it's Coca. That's how he plays ZVP, and I think that style is going to catch on, especially on Tall Dream Altar. People say it's difficult to deal with Protoss on that map. You know, one thing to know about this game is that DongRaeGu stayed on 3 bases for so long.
Yeah.
That's something... A lot of Zergs just in this mindset that, well, I have to take another base, I just have to. And then, they die when they do that because the Protoss realizes what's going on. It's like, oh, you made too many drones and kills them. It's okay to stay on 3 bases for a while. It's absolutely okay. You saw DongRaeGu do it here at the GSL in an epic game against one of the best Protoss players out there, a former Code S player. Both these guys, Code S caliber. We know Inca is. He's been there. We know DongRaeGu has taken out countless Code S players in the team league.
I don't know. We'll have to
You
see
can
what
stay on
happens in
3 bases
game
for a
two.
while, man. You just can. Some Zergs don't think you can, but you can. Watch the VOD. Tell your friends to watch the VOD. Go to m.gomtv.net to watch it on your mobile phone. You can do that.
Yeah.
If you have the premium service, you can watch it live.
Dude, the mobile site is so good. The layout is so easy to use. I love it.
Whenever you want to check the calendar, it's just right there in your face. I actually use m.gomtv.net on my PC.
We were using it today earlier.
Yep.
Yeah, we're checking it out.
My voice is dying, man. That was too intense.
I know.
I'm going to steal some of your water. You got some water left in that
I got
bottle?
a little bit left. That's not a ton. What?
I'm just like,
It's pretty exciting,
It's been
man.
exciting, man.
DongRaeGu, he doesn't disappoint. Certainly not. I don't know if he can beat Inca, though. We'll see. We'll see.
It was a very close game, but
It was.
DongRaeGu got to be feeling good, got to be feeling ahead at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and it's probably a big deal to get that first game out of the way. But DongRaeGu, he's got a lot of experience in the booth under really high-pressure situations as well. He's been in those situations and lost and won, so he's got experience with both of those feelings. And, so I don't think being in the booth is a big deal for him, really.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. And he's played against, a lot of the best players that StarCraft 2 has to offer, so he doesn't have that intimidation either that we maybe saw in some of our earlier matches today, too. But the countdown's going.
It is, man.
We're going in. It's going to be
Antigua Shipyard.
Antigua Shipyards, the new map. First time ever we see it in the GSL. What a great matchup. DongRaeGu versus Inca here at the GSL Code A with Wolf, with me, Doa. Can't wait to get in the game right now.